How are you saying that's not your ex, but you're taking an £8,000 watch from a gal? Are you a gigolo?
Thing gonna make sense soon. Make a band-aid and put it over the wound.
Watagwan pa, watagwan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. So by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about Lani versus Tion again. If you're new to my channel and you do not know who I am, my name is Phillip, or for short. Make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe to the team. If you would like to watch my previous videos and my take and how it may have changed or whatever, I'm going to attach them at the top of the screen and in the description box below, so you can have a watch and see if my perspective has changed or what, or see if my view has stayed the same. I actually saw this TikTok from yesterday, but I thought, let me leave it, let things cool down, and then yeah, I'll maybe speak to Lani at another time, but clearly nothing has cooled down. Yesterday, Lani posted a TikTok in response to the comment, "Your obsession with Tion is scary, I can't lie." In response to that, she explains in the video that she received a debt collection letter from bailiffs, people wanting back the money that is owed. She'll get a new letter from the bailiffs asking for money. It will go from bailiff to bailiff. And I think sometimes the charge or the penalty can increase the more you don't respond. I don't know how this one works, but yeah. Every 6 months, she receives a letter from the bailiffs. It goes from bailiff to bailiff. They buy it from one another if they feel like they can get the money. She's crying in the video, and she basically explains that like it's kind of triggering when people say things like, your obsession with Tion is kind of scary, and this is what she's actually going through in like real life. So it's like, so she's very emotional in the video, and just watching it, like it just, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I would do in this situation. I honestly do not know what I would do. The video has gotten a huge response. In the TikTok, she also said that this was identity fraud. She was not aware of the transactions. She was not aware of the purchase. She wasn't aware of it when it was being purchased, and it was identity fraud. In response to that, Tion has now gone onto his Instagram story and basically given his own narration of previous events, and he's basically explained that she knew what he was getting, she knew what he was purchasing, and she handed him the gift, she handed him the watch, and she was fully 100% aware of the purchase. And don't be calling it identity fraud because he doesn't want that attached to his name. Basically, that's the message he's trying to put across in the video. I've always said, yeah, if you can't articulate yourself well, it's best you just be quiet, because the point still stands. You are either still in possession of the watch or you still need to pay back what you owe. Like, it's one of the two. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't understand how you're sprung up on it being called identity fraud when you've actually done something wrong. That's how I'm viewing it. It's like you knew the type of person that Lani was for you to do something like this. There's certain people that know how to take the piss out of you and know that they can cross the line with you because you're easygoing, because you're not gonna overthink it, you're not gonna explode, they know. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like in this situation, you knew that Lani was gonna be not understanding, or she was gonna tolerate something like this to a certain extent. This is a long-term repayment. This is almost like paying for a car. Like, this is a repayment that is going to go on for years. I just wouldn't do it. Like, I don't know how deep in love you have to be, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. No, I don't care how close you are to me. My bank card, my bank info, my address, nothing like that. Nah. And what you lot don't realize, yeah, is my girl's getting bailiffs and debt collectors, and imagine if the address is to her family. Imagine if the address is her family home address. So her family now have to worry about if they should answer the door, or they have to peek out the window to see who it is before they open it. Like, this rolls onto the family that live in the household as well. So I feel like the response was given was a bit of an immature response. He said that, oh, if she DM'd him saying, oh, like the debt collectors are blah blah blah, then I will he would have patterned it. But if you are done with somebody, why would you not just pattern it? That doesn't make sense. It only got mentioned when people started to put the pieces together, and you responded to that by revealing voice notes and that you guys have been in contact recently and whatever. But if you have 100% knew you moved on, and if you're up there and you're rich and you got all this money, you should have paid this, and then everyone can say you're obsessed, you're a waste girl, you need to move on. Do you not get what I mean? But to say that, oh, she DM'd you asking for sex or whatever, like, bro, the mind, I don't think anybody understands how the mind works. Like, the mind works in crazy ways, you know. 1 minute you might feel like, oh, I just want him. The next minute you might feel like, bro, he's a prick. Oh, I want my money. Like, bro, the mind works in a crazy way. None of us on social media can identify someone's heartbreak or someone's trauma. If this is how Lani wants to express herself, then I feel like let her express herself. If she feels like with all the money that she's made from talking about him online and mocking him or mocking her trauma and earning from it, if she feels like she doesn't have to pay it back with that money, then she's entitled to. I've been in the same situation where my own friends have taken my credit card, bought TVs, asked me to accept this transaction and blah, blah, blah on my name, and I have to pay it back. Now, when I look at it, bro, the slewing that I would do now if that happened in this day and age, I just don't like the way how social media likes to dictate and narrate how somebody should act. Like, it's just annoying. I feel like everybody's social media is completely different. There's no notebook on how somebody should behave. There's no notebook on what content people should release. I feel like the UK is such a prune when it comes to social media. The minute that somebody goes onto social media, does a story time about somebody or whatever, and you might know the person, it's automatically clout chasing. But in America, these people can do story times and you know who they're talking about, you know? You know who each person is talking about, and you saying UK people will go and watch that. But when it's the UK, it's a completely different tune. Like, I don't understand that. But I just feel like if you want to move on, if you want to move on and get this girl out of your hair, I would pay the debt, because you are doing more damage to your career than you are to hers. You are a musician, and your image, who you're tied to, is all a part of your brand. And the fact that no management or no one is advising you on what to do just blows my mind. When male musicians get into a back and forth online, they always feel like they can handle it themselves. And I just think that that's a bit strange. Like, you need a publicist. You need somebody to advise you on the right thing to do. And in my head, I know it might seem like you've given in or whatever, but the right thing to do in my head would be to just pay back the debt. Pay back the debt, and if she keeps talking about you, then you can take her to court, you can sue her, you can do whatever you want. But if you repay it back, then it's the next step. Do you understand? Lani responds by basically explaining how the purchase of this watch came about, and she basically explains that Tion wanted to make a move. I don't know what that means, but Tion wanted to make a move, and by making that move, it was to purchase this Rolex watch and put it out on finance. However, he transferred her the money, and in transferring her the money, he then used her card to make the purchase. She explains that he said that he will never do her dirty, he'll never leave her high and dry. I guess in that moment he got whatever he purchased. She said she thought it was just a measly purchase, like a pair of trainers, something mediocre. But no, it was a watch of nearly 10 grand. Me sitting here, I don't know who's telling the truth. But let's just say Lani is telling the truth, yeah? Sitting here and imagine watching somebody sit and tell the truth, and just because somebody is popular, they have more of a backing. Like, do you not understand how crazy that is? Just because somebody is popular, there's automatically a bias to that person for popularity, and a bit of misogyny as well. Listen, if I was done with somebody and they purchased me something of that magnitude, you're getting it back. You're getting it back. I don't want no ties with you. If we broke up, I don't want no ties with you. And then for you to make another snap and say, oh, that's not my ex, stop calling her my ex. Like, bro, do you know how dumb you sound? Like, how you're saying that's not your ex, bro, do you know how moist you sound? How are you saying that's not your ex, but you're taking an £8,000 watch from a gal? Are you a gigolo? Child, I don't know what is going to come of this story, but I guess everybody in the comments on these social media platforms are the jurors, and eventually this guy might just come through. He might just come through. He might. Do you know how, people will most probably praise him the minute he withdraws that money and slaps it down for her to take. I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you guys think. Now, if you guys was in Tion's shoes, what would you do? Like, if you was in Lani's shoes, what would you do? I want you guys' honest opinion, because I'm not gonna lie, I've also been in a predicament where somebody has used me for my finances, for my credit and whatever. I was too sucker to challenge the person, and there was no social media back then. I wasn't the social media person back then. So comment down below and tell me you guys' honest opinions. And I want honesty. I don't want bias. I don't want buts and what would you do? That was all for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe to the ting, and I'll see you guys in my next video.